stories about Nasrudin. That's me. I'm also known as Nasrudin, and Goha, that means teacher, and Hoka. My stories are told all over the Middle East, from Syria to Egypt and Turkey, and they've been told for 800 years. Now, I'm a very wise man, but some people think I'm a fool. Well, that's because I do foolish things, but only to prove a point. For example, one time a friend invited me to a banquet. So the day of the banquet, I was out in my fields, working very hard, hoeing and planting, and time got away from me. So then I remembered about this fantastic banquet. So I thought to myself, should I go home and take a bath? Whoa, why would I do that? Then I would be late to my friend's house. So I started out for his house, but on the way, some people needed to catch a goat. So I did it for them. Well, then I was late and I smelled like a goat. So I arrived at his house and I knocked on the door and he opened the door and then he stepped back and he didn't even greet me. So then I walked in the house and the waiter showed me to a table at the far end of the room. And no one talked to me. I'm usually the life of the party. And no one brought me anything to eat or drink. Well, this went on for a little while. And then I got very frustrated. And I thought, should I go home and wash? So I got up and I went to my house. And I washed up. And I put on a beautiful new coat. And then I went back to my friend's house. And I knocked on the door. And he opened the door. And this time he said, Nasrudin, my good friend, it's so good to see you. And look at your beautiful coat. You must tell me where you got it so I can have one too. Please come in, and you can sit at my table. So I went in, I sat at the head table with him, as if I were the guest of honor. And then the waiters came over, and they offered me food and drink and fruit and dates and pomegranates. So I took a pomegranate and I put it in my turban. And then one of them offered me a dish of pilaf. So I took some and I put it in my coat. And then another came with a dish of lamb and gravy. So I put my sleeves into the gravy. And my friend said to me, Nasrudin, what are you doing? Why are you behaving so foolishly? And I said, my friend, when I came before, it was as if you didn't even know me. You didn't greet me. You didn't say hello. I got nothing to eat or drink. Then I went home and I came back wearing my beautiful coat. And you greeted me and you seated me at your table as if I were the guest of honor. So clearly, it is the coat that is the guest of honor. And that is why I'm feeding my coat. Well, my friend just laughed, and all the other guests laughed too. And they said, "Ah, Nasrudin, you are right. It is we who have been foolish."